When the Countess of Castiglione's ex tried to get custody of their son, she sent him a present in the mail. It was a simple photograph of her, but when he looked closer, his blood ran cold. Virginia Alduini, known better to history as the Countess of Castiglione, was mad, bad, and dangerous to know. The Italian aristocrat's legendary beauty and photographic misadventures turned her into the world's first model, but that's not what made her infamous. From her exploits in the bedroom to her tragic downfall, the Countess of Castiglione is one historical figure worth knowing. Virginia Alduini was born on March 22, 1837, into a gilded world. She was the daughter of Tuscan nobles. Her birth name was Virginia Elisabetta Luisa Carlotta Antonietta Teresa Maria Alduini. But that's a bit of a mouthful, so her parents decided to give her a nickname, Nietzsche. They also wanted their little girl to have an important future. Alduini's parents had big expectations for the little girl, expectations that would soon ruin her entire life. Growing up, it was clear to everyone who knew the girl that Virginia was going to be beautiful when she grew up. She had long, wavy blonde hair, a refined face, and a legendary figure. By the time she was a teen, men were regularly trying to seduce her. Creepily enough, her parents were totally fine with this. In fact, they took advantage of it in the worst possible way. When Virginia was just 17 years old, her parents decided to marry her off to Francesco Verassis, the Count of Castiglione. Although the union gave Virginia the name she is known for today, it didn't give her a whole lot else. The Count was 12 years older than the girl, and not much of a looker. There was one and only one bright spot in Virginia's marriage to her Count. It meant she became a mother to her son, Giorgio. Virginia doted on the boy as only a rich teenage mother can, pouring all her frustrated hopes and dreams onto him. Giorgio, in turn, adored her, which makes the Countess's infamous act of revenge all the more savage. Right before her arranged marriage to the older Count, Alduini decided to enjoy some well-deserved freedom. The young girl reportedly embarked on a steamy affair with a handsome naval officer right before tying the knot, which suggests the soon-to-be notorious courtesan saw way more in her future than domestic bliss, and that was clear from the very beginning. Virginia had friends in very high places. Not only was her husband a noble, but her own heritage was nothing to scoff at either. Her cousin Camillo Benso was a minister for the King of Sardinia, and Camillo must have been a very clever man, because one day he approached the Countess with a brilliant and scandalous proposition. Camillo was in the middle of trying to convince the French Emperor Napoleon III to help unify Italy. He knew his cousin Virginia possessed a certain, shall we say, hypnotic power over men. So he asked the Countess to go to France and persuade Napoleon to join their side. He wanted Alduini to become a spy, but that wasn't all he had in mind. Let's just say the kind of convincing Camillo envisioned had nothing to do with long debates or dusty books.